go. I'm going to try and get some work done today. Try and work on this lovely piece. I'm going to try and make it more like a what should we call it? Make it more like a oil painting. So I'm over here, kind of souping up a bunch of color here. I go in here, get a nice background. I'm going to redo the background first. I always start from the background and work my way forward. Foreground. See, this was a watercolor, and what I'm doing is adding this acrylic on top of it. It's okay if I go over a little bit, because what I'm going to do at the end is I'm going to go in and redraw some of the hair. To do that anyway, so feel free to leave comments. I'm not going to be really answering comments till I'm ready to take a break here. So, but feel free to pipe in and ask questions or make comments. I did kind of initially draw some shadow in here behind this little guy, but I want to make sure it makes sense, like it means something. It is nice to have something that's kind of breaks up this, if it's just a flat color, just doesn't look, it's just not very appealing. So I'm going to try and add something to kind of make it more appealing. Something, because I don't want it to just look like an illustration either. I want it to have some level of just a nice little flow to it. where you have like a little bit of paint brush work. So, I just took out all kinds of stuff that was wrong with this painting right then and there. So to me, this is like 100% improvement already. So I'm going to try and give it a little bit of flair. And I have a lot of paint on my brush. So when I kind of use the color wheel, I kind of plan out different colors. Maybe I'll add a little bit of blue and do a color here for right down here. Yeah, I'm going to start recording some of my guitar work because I feel like just a lot of silence on this video. Maybe that's okay. When you're painting, someone must be commenting. Something's going on. Phone's buzzing. When you're painting, yeah, you want to get some nice brush work in here. Kind of just get in the zone. Sometimes it takes a while. You get sometimes it's frustrating just to get set up. I don't want to get too crazy with the background. If you don't have any kind of shadowing or anything, it just looks like the object is like floating in space. It's just not a very appealing look. So, anyway. You can do some brush work, but you don't want it to, you want it to make it look like it's finished though. Because sometimes you can have this kind of loose brush work and it really doesn't lend itself very well to the actual painting. And like I've said it before on other things that you want the focal point to be the main thing, like this dog. The background is just not even that big a deal. I mean, you want it to kind of, for me, it's nice when it kind of frames in this piece and there's no like bad tangents. You have these paintings here, but they're not touching anywhere near the dog. The cup is a ways. Yeah. So okay, got this in, and I'm gonna try and just clean this up a little bit. And this one too. Let me get my stick my hand in the paint, so I'm just come over here and turn it upside down. It's nice when you can follow the arc of your hand. When you're going like this, it's a lot harder to get a straight line, but if you're trying to do straight lines, it really helps to make your hands follow this arc. Sorry, sometimes when I'm painting, it's trying to do two things at once. A lot of artists can't do it at all, but seem to be able to pull it off. Yeah, it's a lot cleaner. Like I said before, you know, yeah, making these frames a little smaller. You want the main thing to stay the main thing, so you want to focus on what it is you're trying to do. Try and make sure the background isn't overpowering the main subject. Kind of like if you're a musician, you want the other instruments to play their part, but not overpower the, like the lead singer or whatever it is. Like, so yeah, I helped this painting out so much. Just not too much effort. See how's everybody doing here? So pretty. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to get her dialed in. Thanks. Cat, you want a cat now? Okay, sure. Um, cats rock. I know, catties are, yeah. I've been watching a lot of cat videos too. You know, it's funny, cats and dogs, they both have their strengths and weaknesses. Um, so, one thing I try and do, I still have this paint on the brush. I just try and use it up. If I don't want to have to keep going back to changing colors and this and that. So you want to have a nice tight line where it needs to be. So how's everybody doing today? Try, see, I just have my palette here. I'll just show you real quick. I have, I want to try and do some tight line work here. So, first thing I want to do is try and make it into a paint. Try and just cover the biggest spots, areas first. You never wanted to use straight white on a piece. The same thing is true. Well, I got a little bit too carried away there. The same thing is true with black. You never use straight black. Just kind of going in with my same thing of I want to try and use go from the background and move my way forward, because it's just a lot easier to do the line work that way. I'll show that. It'll be more clear in a minute. Just kind of cleaning up the line work. Trying to make it look like a finished painting. And I've talked about this in other videos. And one thing is, if you get a piece published, depends on what kind of paper it's on. The paper can really absorb a lot of ink and make your painting look worse. It won't flatter your painting, before it's, just pull up every little divot and make it worse. So you want to just make sure that you're cleaning it up, make it into something. Beautiful. This is way better than what it was. I'll come over here. I see this coffee cup. like there's a lot of tendency to use like a dark outline of objects, and sometimes it works, other times it's not so great. Yeah. So, how's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are doing good. Just trying to relax here and just do a little work, this piece, just to kind of give it more finished look. Oh boy. Yeah, eyes can be really tough. Um, but you always want to try, if you can, to get some, like a 3D effect. Well, just everywhere on the body. You want to have it be the shape. Because you see, look at like a hand, there's shadow, there's highlights, and you have to learn how to, like, try and pull some of that out, even if you don't have it right in front of you the way it is. It's a little bit too much white. Yeah, I like this little guy. Excuse me. This is a special palette. It's what do you call it? What was this? It's it's called a Stay Wet palette. There's an actual sponge underneath it. You might have to take a break here because what I want to do is, yeah, I'm kind of committing a cardinal sin here that I don't have any pictures of any poodles in front of me. Sorry, I'm kind of speaking, yeah, because I'm painting. It's kind of funny. I'm trying to paint and talk at the same time, but believe me, I can talk. I'll talk your ear off. Kind of want to get, yeah, like I said, I want to get some of that like 3D shadow effect. And avoid spottiness. You want to be able to um, just see, like, there's, yeah, making it less spotty, like making it smooth, because you don't want your eyes to go to a place where it's not finished, and you learn. So I'm going to have to go back in. I'm going to do this a little bit kind of grayish. And I'll go back in afterwards and I'll add some highlights. See what else I can work on since I have this color going. Well, let's just keep going. Like I said, I'm going to go back in over the top of this with the highlights. But you usually want your under painting to be um, uh, like in the shadow, so it will actually end up being more, yeah, usually it has cooler and what else? Darker tone. So don't get upset like, hey, what are you doing, man? You're wrecking your painting. I haven't really established a light source, so I'm just going to say it's like this. And so there's kind of a Rembrandt, it's called technique where for portraits, we have one cheek, one cheek's in the sun or light, and the other cheek is kind of partially lit. Maybe another video I'll show you that. It's common. It's a very famous technique. What's nice about using this acrylic is it's easy to cover um, stuff underneath, whereas with other things like gouache, I don't know if it would cut. So it's just kind of, the paint just started looking really just be shoveled. You want to simplify your painting. You don't want to have it be too um, yeah, so too busy, spottiness you want to avoid. Um, and like it look like it's overworked, or you know, you want it to look like you did it in like, don't worry, I'm not losing the painting here. I'm gonna come back in with the highlights on top of this, because yeah, like I said, I don't want it to look um, spotty. Just try and maybe I'll try and do a little bit of that before I quit. You know, actually, acrylics have a really nice quality that a lot of famous artists like think of this one guy named Bateman. A lot of wildlife artists use acrylics because it dries so fast, and you can kind of really put in a lot of detail, like the hair, and unlike watercolor, it covers really easy. See this underpainting I did with watercolor, but I use an opaque white, which kind of um, makes it uh, easier to get like a painterly quality, but it's still not quite as good as acrylics. Well, I hope I'm not putting anybody to sleep here. Alarm just went off, so actually I'm going to take a break for a minute. Gotta stand back at this, take a look. And I hope you enjoy that, and see you on the next painting.